Hello everyone and welcome. It's been a while. So in this tutorial, we will see how to build a dynamic, reorderable user story backlog right inside Salesforce. And for this, we'll be using the Avonni List component to make this happen. So imagine having your team managing their user stories so they can simply drag and drop to change priorities, and the change will happen automatically instantly. So no more clunky spreadsheets or manual updates. And by the end of this video, you will know how to create this powerful custom solution for your own team, boosting their creativity. Let's jump and get started. Let me show you the final result of what I'm talking about. So this is my project homepage on Salesforce. I had it like a backlog task. And here I'm using the Avonni list to display a list of user stories based on a specific project. And with that list, as you can see, items are reorderable. So I can select an item and boost the priority directly to the first one. As you can see, the changes happen instantly. So when I drag and drop an item, it will automatically change the order, the priority backlog order I have on my item. So I will show you how I build that using the Avonni list. Okay, let's do it from scratch. Create a new flow. Scratch, screen flow, create. Now, first I need to create a variable. So basically it's an input variable, a text variable, just to capture the current record ID I want to display this component on. So the name of the variable, it's input for me, available for input. So with that variable, I will be able to pass the current ID as a variable on my screen flow. Okay, now let's create a screen element. Let's enter a PI name, remove header and footer. And all we need to do for this example, it's just simply the Avonni list. So I will drag the Avonni list, API name list, open the component builder, and now let's configure the list. First thing I need to do when using the list, I need to connect my Salesforce data with the component. So here I will do a query on the, that's a custom object I have, so it's user story. Okay, I want to filter that with the current record ID. So I need, on my case, it's a custom object, so I need to filter by the project object record ID is equal to the mapped, that will be the input variable I just created before to capture the current record ID of the project I'm passing this component on. Save. Okay, so now let's do the mapping of the list. What I want to display as a label. So I want to display as a label, I will select the fields I want to display. That would be user story name. Okay, then I can say for description, let's add summary description. Perfect. If needed, you can really fine-tune the mapping with mapping another attribute on the list. You have like avatar, you have also image source, checked, info. So there is a lot of information you can add on the list. We can add, for example, icon. Let's pick up an icon. Let's say list of maybe items. And also for fields, I will select, because I want to display other fields instead of just displaying the name and the summary. I like to display also the backlog priority number. So basically that's the field, that's a number field I will use to make sure it will follow the same order for the list. That's really important. Okay, now let's fine tune the look and feel. On the list, I will use divider. So here you have the ability to select a divider for the list. So let's say bottom. You will have like this bottom line. You can make item clickable. You can show the number of items that will be displayed right at the top. Header, you can say, okay, demo backlog items. For the header, okay. Now, that's mainly for the look and feel of the list. Another thing I need to do, I need to make items sortable, or being able to drag and drop item to change the order. And for that, you have a specific settings, which is sort. you're expanding the sort settings, and you can make items sortable. And with that, you can select an icon you want to display for items sortable. So let's select an icon so users will be able to understand, oh, they can move items using their mouse. So let's pick up an icon. There's a lot of icons available. This one, okay. So now you can see there is like the mouse. I can easily, because I enabled the sortable things, you can easily make items sortable. You can even sort it by value if you want, but for that you need to add an order by. So now next step, to make this working, on my data source section, I need to select an order by field. If you want to save on reorder, when you're dragging item, you need to specify a field where you'd like the items to be ordered by. So here, the name of the field for my case, it's a number field, which is backlog priority, direction, ascendant, and save. So now it's ordered by the backlog priority number. Okay, perfect. Almost done, almost functional. Now I need to define the interaction. So I need to define what will happen when users are dragging an item or are changing the order of an item within the list. For that, I will go on Interactions, and we have a specific interaction for that, which is Reorder. So that's the one you will use to create the interaction, to trigger what will happen for users when they are reordering items. So add a reorder interaction, and for that I will select Update Records Order. That's the interaction I need to use. You have some information, very important, especially if you're using the variable data source, to make sure that you have the sorted by or sort direction set up on the variable. The same for the query, which I use. I need to rely on the order by. This is what I did by selecting the backlog priority order. Save. So now the information would be saved automatically if users are dragging items to change the order of items on the list. Properties. Quick note here, what I did right there, I make items clickable. That's why I have this link. Make sure, don't forget to do that if you really want to make this functional for the link. You need to create an interaction on item click, and for that you need to set the interaction to navigate to the record page and select the object you'd like the users to navigate to, which record ID will be based on record ID of the item, and view the record. Save. It's done. I mean, you have other option if you want to explore, like layout, the number of items you'd like to display by column, avatar, images, fields layout. So fields layout, for example, if you want to display multiple fields, or if you want to set the variant of the field layout, let's say label inline, you will see the information like this. So now let's save my flow. Okay. And let's activate the flow right now. Last step, I will just add the screen element, the flow element into my record page to be able to get access to what I just done using a screen flow. Okay, so now I want to add the screen flow I created into the page, into the project page. So I'll go on Edit Page to open App Builder. What I will do, I will select, okay, this is already a tab set, a tab element. I will add a tab and name it custom. That will be like backlog. And now I will just drag the flow element and select the flow I want to display here. So the name of my flow, it's demo reorder list. Make sure here to check pass the record ID into the variable you've configured into the flow. Save the information. And now let's go back to the record page. Backlog, demo backlog item. Okay, perfect. So now let's say I'd like to change the backlog, user story backlog items, the fifth one to the first place, order, saved. So if I'm reloading the page, I should see right now the item 5, yes. Backlog priority, it was automatically changed to 1. So that's really important for that, to make sure you have a priority number field you can use for the reordering, for this reordering and order by on the list. And that's it. So we successfully created a dynamic reorderable user story backlog using the Avonni List component. So now your team can easily prioritize user stories or any other items you have on your Salesforce with a simple drag and drop. And those changes are saved instantly to Salesforce. Thanks for watching. Let us know if you have any question in the comment section below. Have a nice day.